What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another NFL Pick'ems video. This is going to be the Pick'ems for the spreads, week 2. Just looking back at last week real quick. Finished last week 7-9. Not the greatest. That's not very good. We were in this 49th percentile on ESPN and ranked 84,000. Alright, well, this week we're going to pick that up. We're going to get it back up there. So, this week's a lot of good games this week. A good slate. This will be a little tricky with the spreads, but we'll get there. We're going to bounce our way back up. Here's the rebound. All right. So let's get started. Last week went pretty well. Pretty mid, actually. But this week's a whole new slate. Let's get going. So first game we got Eagles-Vikings Thursday Night Football. Eagles favored by 7.5. I'm going to go with the Vikings here. Vikings have an explosive offense, but they're going to have to go up against a tough Eagles defense. It's more tough for the front seven. I'm not so scared about the secondary. They don't have C.J. Gardner-Johnson no more. They allowed Mac Jones to throw 300 yards, 3 touchdowns on them last week. And Kirk Cousins, man, they're going to have to guard Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. That'll be a tough ask. I think this game's going to be closer than one score. Will the Vikings win? Probably not. So I'm going to ride with the Vikings here. I think they'll keep it within 7. Next game, we have Packers at Falcons. And Packers are favored by 1.5. I'm actually going to ride with the Falcons here, plus 1.5. They're my sleeper team here this season. They're going to be my dog, going to be my trains for the season. I think I really like what I saw from the defense last week. The secondary really stepped up. Jesse Bates got 2 picks. What a game for him. And I actually think the Falcons will win this game. Packers are still somewhat of a mystery. They versus the Bears. They might be worse than we expected. So let's see how they do against the Falcons. Ritter don't have to play hero ball. He just has to be a game manager. Limit the turnovers. Get the ball moving. I like the Falcons' rushing attack. And I feel like they'll utilize Kyle Pitts more. But more talking about Green Bay. I don't feel like they'll have to worry about Jared Anderson, as they are a more run-heavy team. That will be the key match of this game. The Packers front 7 versus the Falcons run offense. But you flip it around, Jordan Love. We'll see if he's legit, if he can handle this Falcons secondary. Aaron Jones, he's dealing with a hamstring injury, so it might be A.J. Dillon's show this week. But we'll see. Still questions with the Packers. If they're able to pull this one off, I'll be more confident with the Packers. But just for this week, I'm going with the Falcons plus 1.5. Moving on, we got Raiders at Bills. Bills favored by 8.5. I feel like that's too much. I'm going with the Raiders here. The Raiders are underdogs by 8.5. They got weapons on offense. They got Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. The offensive line played pretty solid last week. And Jimmy Garoppolo, same thing. Game manager, limited turnovers, so then they should be straight. The defense is still lackluster. I don't really like that defense too much still. The Bills had a disappointing showing last week against the Jets. They might be coming in here more motivated. But will that defense step up? We'll see. They allowed Zach Wilson to get a game-tying touchdown drive in. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that defense. Josh Allen, he's been causing too much turnovers. But granted, that was against the Jets defense. But either way, I still think the Raiders are good enough to keep it close. Closer than 8 points at least. But I still think the Bulls are going to win this game. Moving on, we got Ravens at Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. I got the Bengals here. Bengals usually play Ravens pretty good. Joe Burrow usually puts up big numbers against the Ravens. I expect it to be a big game here for the Bengals. A bounce back game. Joe Burrow should go off. Jamar Chase should go off. I think they'll throw over the defense. The Ravens are hurt right now. They lost their running back to an Achilles injury. He's out all season. That defense is also missing some pieces. Their safety tore their pec, and some other small minor injuries going on there for the Ravens. I feel like the Bengals are more healthy. We'll see how Joe Burrow is. Is he fully recovered from the calf injury he suffered during training camp? We'll see. But I'm going to trust Bengals and Joe Burrow. Moving on, we got Seahawks at Lions. Lions favored by 6.5. I feel like that's too big of a number here for Seattle. They had a stinker last week. I feel like this will be the Seahawks bounce back game as well. I feel like a lot of teams will be overrating the Lions win over the Chiefs. I think that offense has had a really poor showing, and a lot of people are going to underrate the Seahawks. I'm going to ride with the Seahawks here. They could potentially even win the game. I'm trust Geno Smith. They still got weapons for the offense. They just got to fix up that line and the defense. I'm not sure if the rookie corner is still going to play here or not, but we'll see. If he does, even better. So, with all that, give me the Seahawks plus 6.5. Moving on, Chargers at Titans. Chargers favored by 3.5. I'm going with the Titans. Titans are a sleeper team. That defense still really good at run defense, and if they can stop the run here for the Chargers and make Justin Herbert throw on 3rd and long, they'll have a good chance of winning this game. I really like the Titans defense. The Chargers defense couldn't stop anything Miami was giving them. So we'll see. It's different, of course, with Ryan Tannehill. He threw 3 picks last week, but I don't expect to see the same performance this week. You can expect a more improved Ryan Tannehill as well as a better rushing game from Derrick Henry, as he doesn't have to face the New Orleans front seven. He has to face Chargers run defense, who are notably not that good. So we'll see. Austin Eckler looks like he might be out from this game. No confirmation yet. But if he's out, that's even worse for the Chargers, especially going up against the number 1 rushing defense. So with that, I'm going to trust Titans with a defense here. Justin Herbert is still really good, but I feel like the Titans can keep it close. They can at least keep it within 3, in my opinion. So I'm taking Titans. So I really like this number because they can lose, but if they lose, I feel like it'll be within 3 and they could potentially upset. All right, Bears at Bucks. I got the Bucks here. They're favored by 3.5. The Bears did not look good last week. Justin Fields, poor decision making. The offensive line was not that great. It looks like Justin Fields was hesitant in some throws, which you just can't have in the NFL. You got to rip it right away. You don't have much time. Bucks were able to pressure Kirk Cousins almost all game, and if Justin Fields was pressured all last week, and when he was pressured he didn't play that well, I think the Bucks can bring the pressure as well. And with that, this line is pretty tricky. 3.5. I can see them potentially winning by 3, which kind of makes this tricky. But I'm going to trust in Baker and that offense. They got weapons on offense to put up more points, enough points to cover the spread here. Bears defense cannot stop Jordan Love last week. That was an awful showing. So if they come in the same this week, we'll see. They're going to miss Kyler Gordon. He's going to be out of the corner. Your young corner. The Bucs still have pieces on defense. They still got weapons on offense. Baker Mayfield, again, game manager. Don't turn over the ball. Run and protect the football. He showed some grit last week, so we'll see if he can turn over a new leaf in Tampa Bay. With that, give me the Bucs. Next one. Chiefs at Jags. People are underrating the Chiefs here. Give me the Chiefs minus 2.5. I like this number as well. They should have Travis Kelce back, and the receivers should be better because it'll be hard to have a worse performance than they did last week. I think it's just one of those weird Week 1 games. I think the Chiefs bounce back here. They should have Chris Jones back as well. Huge advantages here. Jags, they have an explosive offense. The defense is a little iffy, but the Chiefs defense was able to hold the Lions to 21 points, which is not bad. And that was without Chris Jones. So Chris Jones will be back this week. He should tear up through that Jags whole line and definitely disrupt the run game. Should bring pressure in the passing. So give me Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs here, minus 2.5. Moving on. Colts at Texans. Colts favored by 1.5. I think the right team is favored here. Give me the Colts. We'll see if AR is playing or not. But even with Gardner Minshew, I like the Colts. They got what makes me favor the Colts here is that defensive line. DeForest Buckner, He's a beast of a defensive tackle. Even scored a touchdown last week, and I think he'll tear up through that Texan line and bring pressure to C.J. Stroud. And C.J. Stroud does not like pressure. One first side of pressure, he does not throw the ball well. Texans still has a lot of work to go on. Still a lot of work to figure out. So with all that, they did not play well against the Ravens, and the Colts were competitive against the Jags. So I rate that loss for the Colts pretty highly. So I'm just trusting more on AR-15 or Minshew if he's out, and defensive line here. So give me the Colts here -1.5 to win this game. Next, we got Niners at Rams. Niners favored by 7.5. I feel like this is going to be a sneaky one. Let's see here. 68% of the people are picking the Niners here, but the Rams always play the Niners close. This is a division game at the underdog's house. So statistically, the Rams should be the most likely option here. But that Niners team, man, completely dismantled the Steelers team. That defense, they did whatever they want. They were just, it was quick. 3 and outs. I think they only allowed 1 offensive yard the whole first half. Besides the last 2-minute drive the Steelers had. But even the offense, they could have done what they want as well. Freaking Trent Williams? He was like, defense, let him get some first down. They need some rest. He was saying that they should have allowed the Steelers to move the ball because he was getting tired. He was on the field there more than defense. But which is crazy, man. That team's stacked. They got weapons. Christian McCaffrey, no joke. Right now, you had a huge game. Deebo Samuel can play from anywhere. Brock Purdy, he proved me wrong. He showed that he can be consistent. So, well, we'll see. He had a good game. It looks like he's going to have a good season. They just got to stay healthy. The Rams, though, they were a surprise team last week. Sean McVay got these boys ready. That rookie receiver showed out. Tutu Atwell showed out. Matthew Stafford said, hey, I'm still here. Defense was a bit of a surprise, too. They still got Aaron Donald, man. Come on. But give me the Niners here. I still don't, not sure with the Rams. If they keep it close here, they might be legit. But give me the Niners here. They're a more trustworthy team here. So I think they win by more than 1 score. Next. I feel like it's another easy one. Giants at Cardinals. Giants favored by 3.5. I feel like the Giants will destroy the Cardinals. I think they win by 2 scores or more. So, yeah, keep the Giants. They're going to be motivated to come back strong after having an embarrassing loss against their division rival. 40-0 at home. They're going to be at Arizona against the Arizona team that doesn't have much going on for them. They did play well last week, but that was against the Commanders. We'll see how they do against the Giants. I think the Giants, they're a legit team. They just had a lot of unfortunate mistakes happen to them last week. So, with all that, I think the Giants, I'm surprised they're -3.5, honestly. But I like the Giants here. I think they actually win by 2 scores or more. So, give me Daniel Jones and the boys. Next, Jets at Dallas. Now, I'm surprised Dallas is that big of a favorite, -8.5. Dude, I originally picked the Jets plus 8.5 because the spread was so big. But I'm actually might switch that. I think I might actually go Dallas. I might actually go Dallas here. I still don't like Zach Wilson. I don't think he's gonna play good. That defense for the Cowboys is legit, man. They're making turnovers. Micah Parsons can get pressure almost every single play. It's crazy. That man's unbelievable. Generational talent right there. But don't get me wrong, the Jets defense is still amazing. Top 3 in the league, I think. But Dallas has to be number 1, I feel like. And I think they have a better offense. I trust Dak more than Zach Wilson. They got CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cooks is questionable. He might not play this game, but still, they got Tony Pollard. I trust the offensive line for the Cowboys more. Jets, their offensive line is kind of a mess. Michael Parsons, I think, is going to have his way with that line. So get out the way. Move. Get out the way. That's what he's going to do. He's going to get to Zach Wilson, provide the pressure. I think they'll limit the run. So I'm actually going to take the Cowboys here. just because I don't think the Jets will produce enough offense to keep up. Enough or any. So we'll see. Cowboys are legit so far. So I think they win by 9 or more. Moving on. Washington at Broncos. Broncos favored by 3.5. Give me the Broncos. They missed an extra point, which would have tied the game if they had it. It would have been 17-17. So they actually had a good chance of winning that game if they made that extra point. But still, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think this is going to be a bounce back game for the Broncos. Washington was kind of disappointing against the Cardinals, who I don't think is favored in any of their 17 games this year. So with that, give me the Broncos. Russell Wilson was efficient last week. Sean Payton will get these boys ready, I think, hopefully. As long as they don't make the usual mistakes they did last year. Can limit the flags, get the ball moving. They have Jerry Jeudy coming back as well. Commanders, I think they'll keep it close. They might, maybe with the 7 points, but I don't know about 3.5. I actually favor the Broncos here. And most people are actually going with the Commanders, which I can't blame. I think it's going to be 50-50 with this spread, but it should be a good match nevertheless. Sam Howell, he still has a ways to go. Yeah, we'll see how Timberland recovers from that turf toe. With all that said, give me the Broncos minus 3.5. Sunday Night Football, Dolphins at Patriots. Dolphins favored by 2.5, and I'm surprised they're only favored by 2.5. At Patriots, we don't usually play that good in Foxborough, but still, that offense is explosive, man. I don't see how the Patriots are going to limit it, especially since they're a man-heavy team. They play man coverage heavy. So, and how can you play man coverage against Tyreek Hill? Look what he did to the Chargers last week. So, this is definitely interesting. I think the defense is key here because they did allow a lot of points last week. Mac Jones did have a good game last week. I'm going to trust the defense to improve because that was pretty bad, especially coming from a Vic Fangio kind of system. I think they'll be able to apply pressure, and hopefully that pass defense can hold up, because if not, well, even if not, I still think the Dolphins will win by 3 or more. That's just a field goal. It's kind of weird to win by 2. It's definitely difficult, but I think the Dolphins are a much better team here. I'm not going to overthink it. I think they got it. 2.5. The offense is explosive. I don't think the defense from Bill Belichick will be able to stop it. So we'll see. So give me the Dolphins right there. Next game, we got Saints at Panthers. Saints here by 3.5. I like the Saints here, 3.5. Panthers, weapons going to be an issue for them. Bryce Young is having issues throwing the ball just because receivers can't get open. He threw 2 picks against Jesse Bates, which Jesse Bates is a good player. They struggled on the passing offense. The rush defense is what kind of helped them stay in the game. But with that, the Saints front 7 is really good at defending the rush. And Derek Carr was able to throw all over the Titans defense. 300 yards, a couple of touchdown passes. Give me the Saints here. I think they'll win big against division rival. Panthers might be a little sneaky. What might save them here is that defense. But that defense will really have to step up here. And I don't know if I can trust that, especially with J.C. Horn injured. And with that, give me the Saints minus 3.5 here. Moving on, last game of the week. Browns at Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh here, plus 1.5. I think this is going to be, again, I feel like the theme this week is going to be a bounce back. It's going to be a bounce back game for them after getting embarrassed by the 49ers. The Browns had a good win, good showing against the Bengals. But I actually like the Steelers here. The Browns lost their tackle. He's injured. They're going to play a rookie tackle. And it looks like he'll be lining up against TJ Watt. So that might be a nightmare there. It'd be pressure. I trust the Steelers defense. I think Kenny Pickett will throw the ball a lot. I think he's going to bounce back. It's hard to play as bad as he did last week. George Pickens to step up as well. No Deontay Johnson. But I feel like this will be a low-scoring game. Give me the Steelers here. Deshaun Watson and kind of struggled with the passing offense a little last week. Not a lot of receivers getting open. But I'm still high on the Steelers team. I'm not getting defined by their Week 1 loss. So give me the Steelers here. I feel like they're gonna step it up, especially at home against division rival. You play different against your division rivals. So I like Pittsburgh here. All right. So with all that said, that's all the game for this week. Let's do better than last week. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna hopefully we kill it. Let's go. Let's make some profit. Thanks for watching. Comment down below what plays you like or what you agree or disagree. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate all the support we can get here. So thanks for watching again, and peace.